Guitar Force. Here is your video for O, P, and Q. Lots happening here, but I'm going to give you fingerings and everything. Y'all have the melody now again. So really bring this out. I have in my music written in fortissimo, so at letter O, y'all want to be huge. You're the main attraction. So starting at O, let me give you some fingerings. Starting on the D string, I have 1, 3, 4, open, and then go to first position, 3, 3, 1, open. So just those two measures, 1, 2, ready, and 1. Most of that's on the D string and B string. And the G, I'm using my pinky, right? So 1, 3, 4, not 1, 3, open. That won't sound as as powerful, right? Using that pinky sounds a lot better whenever I'm not buzzing it. There we go. It's been a day, let me tell you. So, next measure, 124. I have still first position. I have 1, open, 2, open, E, 3. So B string, G string, E string, B string, 1, open, 2, open, 3. I mean, a lot of this is first position, and y'all did a really good job with letter N. So I'm not really convinced that you need me a whole lot for this part, but we're going to go over the rest of it anyways. So 127 and on, because we have rest in 120, 126. We're kind of trading back and forth now with guitar 1. They're harmonizing with us. So we have 3, open for measure 127. Then we have almost the same thing, or actually, yes, exactly the same thing as 124. Then 129 ends a little interesting. So this you're going to have to practice a little bit. The transition between O and P. So I go to second position. So I'm playing third finger first, so it's like first position, open, and now dogs are barking. Yay. Then second finger on the B string. I'm telling you, I never have a moment of silence. So third finger, open, second, open, and then because I'm in second position, first finger on the second fret of the third string, F sharp with the third finger. I set this up this way rather than trying to get into the next part from first position and really hit that F sharp quick. It's easier to play it with the third finger, so that's why I switched. And then of course you can just use your thumb. So if you're rest stroking that melody, you'll be able to get your thumb to the E string there, beginning of P. So here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and, including my page turn, we're going to try and play through O. We'll go a little under tempo. So 1, 2, ready, and 1. And 1. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, and third finger, open, 128. Here's that weird part. So I'm playing 2, open, 1, 3, 2, open, 1, 3. Now, letter P. This is still melody for guitar 4, but you kind of have some interplay with guitar 2. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening between the two of y'all. So I kind of compare this to what guitar 1's had at K, where it's it's its own melody, but it's definitely very much just different, right? So I'm just going to give you fingering numbers and just kind of figure it out. A lot of it is on the low E string and A string. And obviously, unless you're playing up higher or something, I don't know. I feel like the string numbers are kind of irrelevant for a lot of it. So once you play the open E with your thumb, I would also recommend rest stroking this, just so you know. So coming in from the previous part, would look a little bit like that, like rest stroke, rest stroke, rest stroke, rest stroke, thumb, rest stroke, rest stroke. Just so you can pop it out. So here's some finger numbers. Ready? Starting in P, we have open 1, 2, open 2, 4, 1. I'm in second position, by the way. It's kind of an interesting measure. That A, I'm playing 5th fret on the E string, by the way. I thought it was easier to do that and just keep all those notes on one string instead of having a string cross in there. You know, why change string when you don't have to? Then next measure I have open 2, 1, 2, open 2. So those middle two notes, it's E string, A string, A string, and then E string, E string, E string. So let me put those two together. Letter P. Ready? Here we go. My strings sound so good. I just changed them. PSA, if you need to change your strings, do. Oh, wow. Wonder if that's happened other times. You see that focus? That was crazy. I'm losing my mind. Here we go. Third measure of P. A lot of this is on the A string to start. Open 2, 1, open 1, 2, 1, 2. So the last three notes are on the E string. Everything else is on the A string. Then going into the next measure, we have open A, 2, 1, open 1, 2. So let me play the first half of P now. Combining it all together, I'll say out the finger numbers as I play. So 1, 2, ready, and open 1, 2, open 2, 4, 1, open 2, 1, 2, open 2, open 2, 1, open 1, 2, 1, 2, open 2, 1, open 1, 2. Then 134, we have kind of like a little quote of the Melody of the Dragon. First time that we've had it, I believe. Or maybe we had it like back in like letter C, I think. I think we've had that before maybe, but either way, I put like little rectangle around it just because I thought it was cool and I wanted to bring it out. And then you just have an open A after that. Or you could use fourth finger there, but I found it easier to do an open A because of what's coming next. So next measure, 135, 1, open 2, 1, open 2. That's an interesting rhythm. We have 1, 2, and 3, and. So again with finger numbers, ready, 134 and 35, ready, and go, and open 1, 2, open 1, 2, open 1, open 2, 1, open 2. Then last two measures of letter P. I have 1, open 1, 2, 1, open 1. So all that's on the A string. 1, open 1, 2, 1, open 1. Then last measure I have 2, open 1, 3, open 3, open. I do prefer the open G there as opposed to a fourth finger G just because of also what's coming next, kind of like what we did going from O to P. So let me play through all of P now. I'm going to do it a little under tempo first, then we'll do it at more of a performance tempo. So ready, and all of P. Here we go, and. Ooh, let me try that again. I'm going to go into it also. I think that's helpful. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and. I can't count and say it. I'm sorry, brain melt. Let's do the same thing. I'm just not going to talk. Ready? And. That last measure is super cool. Now a performance tempo. 1, 2, ready, and. Missed a couple of notes there, but not too big of a deal. I think you get the idea. So now here's letter Q. Same exact thing as I and J. So you've already played this. Sound familiar? You should. Except my guitar's falling out of tune because new strings. Alright, so there is O, P, and Q. Let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, just rock on.